Did you ever dream of walking in the footsteps of Jesus Christ? There is nothing better than seeing the sights from the Old and New Testament with your own eyes. A Holy Land tour is the perfect way to do so. Tel Aviv as the vibrant seaside city. Jerusalem as the historic city with so many stories, beautiful nature, and even prettier people. Take at least one day to soak up Jerusalem. See the Western Wall, Dome of the Rock, and Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where Jesus is said to be buried. From the city to desert, from one religion to another, from intense culture to untouched nature, this is a land of extremes, all packed into a very small space. All in one tiny area. It is intense and mind-blowing and fascinating, all wrapped together. You can be as low as you can possibly go on this planet, floating in the Dead Sea and enjoying the view of the mountains in the distance on Jordanian side of the sea. Yes, without a doubt, Israel is a complex place that many people call this country home. Beautiful, magnificent, encouraging, bleeding, amazing country, peace and love. Israel is indeed all of that. Israel, an enormous destination. Israel, land of creation.
The flag that represents God. The hues of heaven that symbolizes God's glory, purity, and severity. The Star of David that is rich with ancient history. The flag that stands the test of time. The flag that unites its people to reach one goal. Freedom. Peace. Love. Independence. This is the flag of Judah. This is the flag of Zion. And this is the flag of Israel.
Today, I will give you the brief history of the map of Palestine, or which is also known as Israel, and how did it came up with the two borders, which is the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Let's find out. Israel. Israel is also known as the Holy Land, the Promised Land, and the land of milk and honey.
Israel is also known as Palestine. Israel is located in the eastern end of the Mediterranean Sea. The old Palestine is divided into two borders, the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. Israel is bordered by north of Lebanon, by northeast of Syria, to the east and southeast by Jordan, and to the southwest by Egypt. Israel territory has history for being a magnet for great powers from the Romans to the British. Israel contains 4 geographical regions: the Negev, which is an extension of Sinai Desert and accumulates more than half of Israel. The coastal plain begins in the Gaza Strip and extends northward to the border of Lebanon. The hill region extends from Mount Hermon to the south of Jerusalem. The Great Rift Valley or Jordan Rift Valley follows the length of the Jordan River and continues down to the Red Sea. Israel also claims the western two-thirds of the Golan Heights, a strategic plateau. The country's core is in the coastal plain and hill region. Over 3 million of Israel's total population live in Tel Aviv. Israel structures only 263 miles north to south, and its width ranging from 71 miles at its widest point and only 9 miles to its narrowing point. Israel is geographically small country, but beautiful place to be. They currently have the ability to defend itself, but must maintain posture of constant military readiness.
Naftali Bennett is the 13th and current Prime Minister of Israel since June 13, 2021. He served as a Minister of Diaspora Affairs from 2013 to 2019, Minister of Education from 2015 to 2019, and as Minister of Defense from 2019 to 2020. He has led the New Right Party since 2018, having previously led the Jewish Home Party between 2012 and 2018. Born and raised in Haifa, the son of immigrants from the United States, Bennett served in the Maglan Special Forces Unit of the Israel Defense Forces, commanding many combat operations. Isaac Herzog is an Israeli politician serving as the President of Israel since 7 July 2021. He is also the son of former Israeli President Chaim Herzog. He is a lawyer by profession and served as the government secretary from 1999 and 2001. He was a member of the Knesset from 2003 to 2018. He held several ministerial posts between 2005 and 2011.
Hello everyone! You might have heard about Israelis, but how well do you actually know them? If you are a big supporter of Israel, these 10 facts will blow your mind. I have so many information to share with you guys, so come on, let's jump in everything. The first thing I want to share, are you a coffee lover? Because Israelis are so obsessed with coffee, and they have one of the best coffees in the whole world because it's rich and it's full of vibrant aroma. Israelis love to sit in the cafe and nursing their coffee for hours until it gets cold. Did you know that the giant coffee company Starbucks opened their store in Tel Aviv in 2001, but in less than 2 years, it's nowhere to be found. The most common street name in Israel is Hazayir, which means olive tree. And that leads us to the fact that Israelis chose olive leaves around the menorah, which means peace. And that is the wish of Israel. Israel is so tiny that you can cross the entire country in less than 5 hours. The USB stick is actually an Israeli invention, which saves us a lot of storage space. According to Traveler's Digest, Tel Aviv is in the top 10 with the most beautiful women in the world. And yes, it's also among the top 10 with most good-looking men. Tel Aviv is one of the vegan capital in the world, and it's also crowned as the gay capital in the Middle East. People know that more than 1 million notes are stuck to the Western Wall each year, and I hope God finds the time to read them all. One more left. Have you heard of the Global Happiness Index? Because Israelis are in the 11th spot out of 196 countries. So there you have it, guys. What's your favorite fun fact? Tell me